breathing underwater. I'm weightless through space. I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me. And all I gotta do is breathe underwater. Admiral Nelson is in his office in Santa Barbara, wondering if the High Command has lost its collective marbles. Of course, that assumes they have marbles, but that's a separate issue.
If you believe that Seaview may be attacked during this mission, I propose we abort it. Get the device to Pearl Harbor by some other means.
Sorry, Admiral. That would reveal that we've broken their code. The mission must proceed as scheduled.
Even though you believe that one of my key personnel may be an impostor.
We're sure of it. Almost as sure he's Captain Crane.
That pretty well assures that it isn't. As far as letting the enemy know we broke their code, the British had a similar dilemma in World War II. They had broken the Germans' Enigma code and could read all the Nazis' messages. They knew a bombing attack was planned for November 14th, 1940, but until the last minute, they didn't know where. The big brains at Bletchley Park concluded it was going to be some part of London. It wasn't until the German bombers were ready to take off that they discovered the target was Coventry. By the time they could scramble defenses, the city had taken a pretty good pounding. Out of that, the tale emerged that Churchill knew Coventry was the target but couldn't enact massive defenses because then the Germans would know we had broken their code. That story isn't exactly accurate, as we just learned, but I'm not sure anybody knew that when this episode was made. Basically, we're repeating the Coventry story with a submarine and an imposter. The black suit does suggest Captain Crane, but it's worse than that. The devil himself is involved. Oh, it's a mask. Never mind. But you know he's the saboteur, and he's taking the identity of whoever he just clocked.
Where's Chief Sharkey?
He hasn't reported aboard yet, sir.
Well, we're within minutes of sailing.
I know, sir. I called the Institute gate, and they said he's somewhere on the grounds.
You better have the guards search the complex for him.
Aye, aye.
Believe that. Here he is.
I'm already suspicious of him, not Crane, simply by virtue of the fact that he's late.
You're late, Chief. You better have a good reason.
Yes, sir, I have. Hey, what's all this?
Well, sir, I was on my way over here, and, well, sir, I had an accident.
How did it happen?
Oh, it's all my fault. I was in a hurry. I came around the corner and bumped into a couple of guys, and I had to go to the infirmary and get some stitches.
Are you fit for duty?
Oh, yes, sir. They said nothing to worry about.
He's saying the guy hit him. Let's see the stitches. Go to sickbay and have Doc change the bandage. Sorry, but even the first time I watched it, I found his story thoroughly sus. Sharkey would have given as good as he got, which means his knuckles should be bruised. He didn't say anything about hitting back. As they get underway, Nelson calls Morton and Sharkey to his cabin, totally ignoring Captain Crane.
Admiral, you mean that Washington believes that one of us aboard is a phony?
That's right, Chief.
Then as far as you know, it could be me or Chief Sharkey.
Oh, yes, you're both suspects.
Well, I don't get it, sir. If there's a chance that either one of us is a fink, why tell us?
Captain Crane is the prime suspect. I need your help to try to check him out.
In other words, in spite of the fact that Sharkey and I are suspect, do you want us to help you break down Lee Crane?
It hasn't occurred to the Admiral that if they're also focused on Captain Crane, they could be leaving the real saboteur free to do his thing because they're looking the other way.
But only because I have no choice. Well, I'll be keeping an eye on you. No one is off the hot seat until the real imposter's turned up.
They start laying out a plan to completely screw with the captain's head and see if he reacts like Lee Crane or not.
Well?
He gave me the course he wants us to set.
Well, he already gave me a course.
Well, then this must be a new one.
It is. Why would he give it to you?
He said it was important. He didn't want to have a foul-up.
I see.
Well, I'm just repeating what I was told.
Now, don't worry about it, Chip. Next time you see the Admiral, tell him I carried out his orders.
Later, the Admiral comes down to check on things, and he and Morton share a look.
Did you set the course I ordered?
I took care of it myself.
Good. Good.
I hope we all caught that. He switched the papers.
You set this course yourself. Huh?
What's wrong with it?
Nothing at all. Except that it's not the course I gave you.
May I see that?
Sure enough, the squiggly lines say they're on a different course. Captain Crane can't understand it.
This is the course you gave me.
You still have the figures I sent down?
Over here.
All right. Well, let's assume that this time it was an honest mistake. Now, will you be good enough to bring us to the correct course?
It's not hard to tell that Chip hates this. So does Nelson.
How's that cut?
Oh, it's fine, sir. Most of the time, I don't even know it's there.
I'll have the doc check it out for you. Don't want to get an infection.
Well, this is fine, sir. Don't worry about it. Really.
Order him to go have Doc look at it and see what he does. My bet, the bandage is covering a flaw in his mask. And we all know that because I'm so sure it's Sharky, it'll turn out to be Morton. Or Patterson. Or someone we don't know.
Something wrong, Admiral?
Right now, I'm not feeling very proud of myself.
Oh, you mean the little stunt we pulled on the captain? Well, that was part of your whole idea, wasn't it, sir?
Yes, it is, but I still don't like it.
Yes, sir. Do we, go on with this, sir?
We go on.
Well, in that case, I have another little thing I'd like to try, if it's okay with you, sir.
Yeah, it's all right.
And after that...
All right, but we'll take them one at a time.
He doesn't want to know. Just go do what you have to do. Kowalski has gotten a short blip on sonar that looks like a sub on a collision course. It's gone now, but the captain isn't taking chances. He orders evasive maneuvers.
All stop.
All stop aye.
Rig for silent running. Rig for silent running.
Aye, sir.
He wants total quiet so he can listen to the passive sonar. There's nothing, so he cancels the silent running. There is another sub out there. We get a quick look at it right before the commercial break.
What's going on?
We had a flash contact on sonar. I'm still trying to check it out.
Everything looks normal to me. Kowalski, have you had any unusual readings?
No, sir, just had one.
How long did it last?
Well, a few seconds, sir. The board's been clear ever since.
I see. On the basis of that one reading, you saw fit to put us through all those maneuvers?
Yes, it's standard procedure.
There's always the chance it was a true reading.
Oh, yes, 1,000 to 1 chance.
Admiral, I don't believe in taking unnecessary risks.
You should also know by now there's such a thing as being overly cautious.
If there's any chance we're being stalked by another submarine, I want to know it.
Lee, go
He takes him aside and offers to help if there are any personal problems. Captain Crane's only personal problem is the Admiral is acting weird.
He's a little concerned about you, isn't he?
I can't figure it out, can you? Well?
You want it straight?
Yes.
The fact is the Admiral has got a point in the way.
What are you talking about?
You haven't been yourself exactly.
At least that's the suspicion. We saw Sharky slip out. He's in the focal point of the whole show, the circuitry room.
In what way?
Like the Admiral said, it's nothing definite, just an attitude. Sort of on edge all the time.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Skipper, this is Chief Sharkey.
Yes, Chief, where are you?
In the secretary room, sir.
Your station's here. Who gave you permission to go down there?
You did, sir. You ordered me down here.
Chip confirms that he ordered Sharky to the circuitry room. He thinks everybody has gone bananas. That suggests to me that Sharky is indeed the saboteur.
Skipper, can you read me? This is very important. The whole life support system has failed.
How long's the air been out?
Since you sent me down here, sir, about 5 minutes.
Better do something fast.
Why don't you get a repair crew in there?
I did, sir. They can't locate the trouble.
I'll be right there.
Or not. He probably wouldn't report it and lie repeatedly about it if he was trying to take over the sub. Then again, maybe he is. Who knows what kind of damage moving that sign to the wrong panel could cause?
Oh, where's the trouble?
That seems to be in here, sir. The air revitalization controls.
The sign's been moved. It should be over here.
Skipper, wait.
What?
You're working on the wrong controls.
The sign's wrong. I know what I'm doing.
No!
But you get your hands off me.
Skipper, I know what I'm talking about. If you replug, you will bypass the circuit breakers.
You get out of my way.
Believe me, sir, you will start a fire.
I said move!
The stuff he did behind that other panel has to have something to do with that. This is really getting uncomfortable. He puts out just enough of the fire so he can quietly return the sign to the right control. Then he calls for a fire team. The captain took in a lot of smoke and he's unconscious on the deck outside the room. The admiral is on his way with many questions.
How's it going? He's coming around. He'll be all right.
Good. What about the fire?
I'll check again.
That's enough. I'm okay.
Easy, sir, easy.
Give him another whiff of oxygen.
The air's out all over the ship. It's got to be fixed.
I'll handle that. Now go ahead, Kowalski.
I'm sorry, sir.
Fire's out, sir.
He goes in, fixes the stuff the chief messed with, and restarts the life support system. When that's done, it's time to futz with the captain's head again. As I said, this is getting uncomfortable to watch.
I know those consoles, with or without signs.
And you maintain that the sign was switched.
I know it was. Here, I'll show you.
Well?
It's been switched back again, I swear it.
He has to know how desperate that sounds. Somebody must have snuck in here and stole that cookie, Mom. I didn't take it. Even though in this case the sneaky somebody is real and the Admiral knows it. He won't embarrass his friend any longer. He and Morton head for the control room. The captain would like a word with Sharky.
What do you know about that sign in there?
Only that you said it had been switched, sir?
It was switched.
I wouldn't know anything about that, Skipper.
You saw where it was and where it is now.
Yes, sir? Where it's always been?
You're lying.
No, sir.
Very well. I'm going to find a way to prove my point. And when I do, you'll regret it.
He regretted it before he did it, but the Admiral ordered both him and Mr. Morton to take part in this. Captain Crane orders Morton to surface and scrub the smoke out of the air.
Prepare to surface. Prepare to surface.
Hold it, Chip. We don't surface.
Belay that.
I've got some work to do, so if Captain Crane should come looking for me...
You'll be in your cabin.
Right. Anything further, Kowalski?
No, sir, the board's clear.
Mr. Morton explains to the captain that the admiral countermanded his order. Now he's furious. He wants answers, and he wants them now.
The first time in my life, I'm pissed off!
For some reason, you've been on my back ever since we've left port, and I've had a belly full of it.
And precisely what do you intend to do about it?
Right now, I'm taking the ship to the surface, and I warn you, don't try to stop me.
And if I do?
Admiral Nelson, you listen to me, and you listen good. I'm still captain of this ship, and I'm responsible for the lives of everyone aboard.
Oh, that can be changed.
Then change it. But until you do, until you formally relieve me of my command, until you kick me off the ship, then I don't want another order of mine countermanded. I hope I've made myself clear.
I'm a trifle deaf in this ear. Speak a little louder next time.
He takes control, and they surface. And now that they're there, he's about ready to kick a few men out the hatch with a raft.
You sent for me, sir?
All right, Chip. Needless to say, I think that you went a little bit too far with that last experiment. I hardly have to tell you that a fire on a submarine can end in total disaster.
I know that, sir. That's why I wondered at the time why you ordered it.
Well, I didn't order it. You mean you had nothing to do with it?
Nothing, sir.
Oh, then it must have been Sharky, I should have guessed.
He figured out that Sharky is the imposter. You mean I was right?
He has a tendency to get carried away at times.
Yes, he certainly does.
Never mind.
Mm-hmm. We'll find him and get him up here. And tell him that, in my opinion, Captain Crane is himself. He's not an imposter.
The tell was what he was angry about. He wasn't concerned about the fact that his order was canceled. He was concerned about the crew's health. An imposter would be defending himself. Captain Crane is defending the men under his command.
Carlos! Open the door.
Skipper, the door's jammed.
It's not jammed. Someone locked it.
Why would anyone want to do that?
If I knew, it would clear up a lot of unanswered questions.
A locker has some plastic explosive and the stuff to detonate it. He uses just enough to blow the lock.
Now, wait a minute. Don't say a word about this to anyone.
Yes, sir.
All right, get back on duty. I'm officially reporting to you, sir, that we have a saboteur on board.
Nelson acts as though he's indulging the captain's fantasies.
Someone set fire to a box of explosives in the arms locker. When I went in to investigate, I was locked in.
You have any proof of this?
You can check out my story with Patterson.
That's very good, Lee. Very good. Anything else?
No, sir. A saboteur loose in the ship is quite enough.
He's right about that. He's also right to be angry about the Admiral's attitude. He's already ordered a search for the culprit. Once he's gone, the Admiral gets Chip on a private line and says, "Now I know the captain isn't the imposter, but don't say anything or change your behavior. Don't do anything that might tip off the real bad guy." Sharky comes in and swears he didn't set any fires. After the circuitry room, he was done with dangerous stuff.
Well, whoever it was, he certainly cleared the captain.
How do you figure that, sir?
Well, if Lee Crane were the imposter, he would have started the fire, not put it out.
Yes, I see what you mean. Well, what do we do now?
We eliminated one man. All we have is 124 to go.
There aren't any strangers on board, so that takes care of that idea. Beyond Nelson, Crane, Morton, Sharkey, Kowalski, Patterson, and Sparks, we don't know the rest of them, so it probably isn't an extra who's paid to sit in a seat while the camera's rolling. It has to be one of those 7.
Admiral Nelson, this is Crane. The ship's scrubbed of smoke. Now, what are your orders?
Why ask me? On this ship, the captain gives the orders.
Don't change your behavior, you might tip off the saboteur. I guess that doesn't apply to the guy who gave the order.
Skipper. Contact, sir. No doubt about it this time.
It's a sub, all right.
Not only that, it's firing torpedoes. They explode harmlessly against the Seaview's electronic shield. Fairly harmlessly. Don't worry, he's only out during the commercial break. The sub is going to battle stations.
It's a little too late to find him now.
Find who?
The saboteur, of course.
What are you talking about?
Don't you know yet?
Know what?
There was a tip from Washington. There's supposed to be a saboteur on board impersonating someone in the ship's company.
Oh, why wasn't I told at once?
The Admiral thought it was you.
Correction. A brass hat in Washington thought it was Crane and told the Admiral to do this. He liked it about as much as he'd like a battery acid enema. It's telling him somebody is messing around in the flying sub. We know it's Admiral Nelson. He doesn't.
What are you doing down here?
Checking out the flying sub, of course.
Checking it for a getaway?
You can't possibly be serious.
I'm dead serious. Were you preparing to launch it?
No, quite the contrary. I'm trying to prevent anybody from launching it.
He's disabling it so the real saboteur can't use it as a getaway car if they're attacked again. I'm not sure Crane buys it.
Why?
Well, in case we're under attack again, the saboteur might want to get away while he can.
How do I know you weren't preparing to do just that?
You can't believe that, Lee.
You believed it of me.
Who have you been talking to? Chip.
Yeah, he forgot about that keep mum order. He invites the captain to try and launch. Nothing works. Admiral Nelson basically says, I rest my case.
I'm sorry, I had to be sure.
So did I. We didn't seem to have much mutual trust left, did we?
Again, give credit to that Doofenheimer in Washington for straining it.
You are warned that your torpedoes cannot, repeat, cannot reach our hull. We have a radar fix on you. I repeat, you are warned that your torpedoes cannot reach our hull. We have a radar fix on you.
So he is the saboteur who set the fire and all that. Liar, liar, pants on... Maybe I shouldn't give him ideas. He disables the radio and disappears. At the Institute, the real Sharky just woke up with his hands tied. Not very well, he gets loose in seconds. Both his intercom and his phone are disabled. The scrambler radio in the closet can't reach the Seaview. There's nothing he can do to warn them.
Skipper. That sub's moving off its flank.
I guess they got the message.
Jet bandits on radar, approaching fast.
More precisely, bombers. The other sub is getting out of range. A crash dive and a 180-degree turn, and the bombers lose them. The fake chief can't have that. Here's our question of the day. Do you find it hard to believe that something as important as the marker buoy doesn't have a light or buzzer on somebody's panel telling them it's been deployed? I do. But it doesn't. The bombers are zeroed in on them again and they can't figure out how. I wish that was one of my dumb jokes. The important thing now is the circuitry room has gotten its requisite screen time. They get the sub stabilized, which means Sharky 2.0 can stand up again. That's good because the hatch is still open. Admiral Nelson disabled the flying sub, but there's a good possibility this guy knows how to undisable it. So Captain Crane will go down there and beat him up instead. Dude, let him get in the chair and strap in. Easier to clunk him over the head if he's restrained. The power of the ladder compels you. The power of the ladder compels you. I don't know what our director was thinking here. The chair's not that nifty, dude. One fake chief beaten up. Why do we say beaten up when the goal is to make them go down? He peels the mask off to reveal. We apparently don't care because we don't get a good look at his face.
Well, the pieces all fit. Our prisoner is an agent, of course, planted aboard with the help of some very skillful plastic surgery.
Give me that again. He was wearing a latex mask. At least he thought it was latex. Turns out it really was plastic and required surgery to attach it.
Now, his mission was to either get this device for his people or destroy us.
Yeah, he nearly did. Is Sharky all right?
That's fine. He's waiting for us back at the Institute.
And the High Command is waiting for us. We'd better set a course for Pearl Harbor.
How about with a little smoother sailing this time? I trust.
The thing in that box is what all this fuss was about. So what is it? What's the payoff? You cannot be serious. The payoff is we don't get to see. I liked this episode, warts and all, right up until that point. That killed it for me. It's supposed to be a new secret weapon. Pull out a little shiny ball. Pull out some kind of futuristic pistol. Pull out an everlasting gobstopper. Give us something. The episode had good suspense, good action, and good interaction among the stars, especially during the stage when they suspected the captain. For a while, I thought it might be Chip Morton. I concluded that the chief was the bad guy early on, mostly because of the bandage. If he got into a fight with somebody, he would have had more than one facial flaw. And then when he refused to have the doctor look at it, that clinched it for me. The clues were there, and if you were watching it on TV and only had one shot at it, a viewer could easily have missed them and been surprised at the reveal. It was very well done, but I couldn't help feeling a little shortchanged at the end. The whole business revolved around that MacGuffin, and we don't even know what it was. Unless the box is the weapon. Maybe you point it at your enemies and they disappear inside it. In that case, Admiral, I wouldn't look too closely at it yourself.
All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater.
Somebody must have snuck in here and stole that cookie, Mom. I didn't take it. Okay, that was weird.